What's going on, YouTube? JT Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we'll be talking about Batman issue number 123. This is Shadow War Part 5. I've already covered the other issues within Shadow War, so you can check those out on my channel. It was like Shadow War Alpha, and then there was like Deathstroke Inc. There was Robin. There was another issue, another issue of Batman, I believe I'm missing or something in there. But the bottom line is there's been a lot of issues of Shadow War, so you can check those out on the channel. So this one takes place after the events of the previous issue of Robin, because was it like last week we had Deathstroke Inc. and Robin back to back. So this time Bruce and Damian are actually finally working together. They're not necessarily fighting. They're like on the same page. Thank God, because they were prolonging that storyline of them having tension and like at each other's throats and not working together and all that for so long. What has that been going on since 2020 at this point? Yeah, it's a little long overdue. So there's some comedic stuff going on here, like the good cop, bad cop routine. There's references to other issues of DC Comics, like there's something going back to the Justice League run about a bunch of fake Deathstrokes. I kind of stopped reading the Justice League book after I think Scott Snyder kind of left it, so like whatever went on in that book, I'm just kind of like a little bit like blind to what's going on in there. But like I said, this one's written by Joshua Williamson with art by Howard Porter, who's typically doing the Deathstroke book, but I guess he's doing this book in particular. Somebody talks about somebody making like a Deathstroke costume, somebody named Gamby, who supplied the suits, like working for the Royal Flush Gang and all that stuff. There's some comedy involved with it. There's some pretty funny bits about like one criminal like, haha, losers, I'm going to be leaving this place. Oh wait, actually it's not my lore at all. So Damian and Bruce team up to do their thing. There's also Ghostmaker, who's running Batman Incorporated, which they do reference to see how Ghostmaker became the leader of Batman Inc. See Batman Annual number 22 on sale, 5/31. So at the end of the month, we'll figure out how Ghostmaker became the head of Batman Incorporated. So he's working with the Clown Hunter. We got them. They're kind of acting as a bit of protection for Slade Wilson because they got eyes on him, so they're following his movements while Damian and Bruce kind of investigate what's going on and who's really behind this whole thing. So you also have Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter. Slade, Respawn, and Rose are trying to figure out what was going on with those whole things. Slade's kind of putting himself in the mindset of the killer who did this thing. Damian also wants to help Respawn, just kind of like how his family helped him. They're also going to Central City to try and figure out what's going on here. So I feel like this is going to tie back into Joshua Williamson's Flash run in some capacity. I don't exactly know, but yeah. So anyways, they go there, some villain's secret hideout. Bruce and Damian are just kind of having little casual conversations. Damian mentions having a girlfriend, and Batman's distracted, which triggers an alarm, and a bunch of explosions kind of go off. Then they come face to face with who's ever behind this thing. Damian's like, whoever did this, I don't think it was about Ra's al Ghul. I think it's about Mother and Deathstroke. So I want a war between them. You're smart. And then we get this person, the real person who's dressing up like Slade. We don't exactly know who this is. Now, Deathstroke kind of mentions later on the issue that he knows who it actually is, but we're still trying to figure that out. Like, I have a couple potential theories. Like, I mean, I always throw Grant out there at this point because I just feel like it'd be kind of cool to have Grant come back. But other than that, I'm like not exactly sure who it's going to be. Then a war breaks out with all the characters kind of fighting. And then we get the tragic but kind of predictable ending about what was going to happen in this event. Respawn gets kind of gunned down. And then Slade's just kind of like, not again. Yeah, I'm like, killing off Respawn, I don't know if it's going to be permanent. We'll have to wait and see what happens to the other issues. But like, it just feels like, okay, we just brought this character in just to kind of kill them and give them kind of the sad, tragic backstory. What's the purpose behind it? So I'm like, wow, this kid's life really kind of sucked. And you do feel kind of bad to an extent, but it's at the same time, it's just like, why introduce this character just to kind of kill them off so soon? So I don't know what's going on with that thing. We'll see. Maybe he has like regenerative abilities, but Slade is going to snap and just kind of like break down again. So I don't know what's going to go on with Slade. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next in Deathstroke number 9. And then we have Batman. Oh, wait. Actually, no, there's another issue of Batman there. So yeah, whatever happens next in Shadow War, we'll just have to kind of like figure out what's going on there. Then in the backup storyline, this is part 2 of this thing, but also written by Williamson. It's a confrontation between Batman versus Deathstroke and the Joker. So Joker, given Slade some sort of toxin, and Slade failed a mission, and Joker kind of like was there. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what the point of this backup thing was, like why even have it in this particular storyline. But I feel like Williamson put it there for a reason, and so we're just going to have to kind of figure out what's going on with that. So in a nutshell, that's all that kind of happened in this particular issue of Batman number 123. It's still picking up momentum, still moving the plot forward. I have enjoyed Shadow War overall. I'm glad we're finally kind of behind the whole Batman and Damian kind of fighting thing, because that just was dragging on a little bit too long at this point. So they're on the same page, so that's good. Now, Slade seemingly knows who's behind this whole thing. Like I said, I don't know who it's going to be, but I am kind of interested to see like who would want to start a war between the Ghul's and Deathstroke. Like, who is the criminal mastermind behind it? Some people speculate it might actually be Ra's al Ghul, even though Ra's kind of died. But it's like, why even go through all that characterization of kind of changing up Ra's a bit if you're just going to like have him like be behind the mastermind behind this whole thing? I don't exactly know what's going on with it, but I am kind of intrigued to see where it goes from here. So, artwork by Howard Porter. I think I've talked about this before. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular art style. I kind of preferred some of the other artists that were working on this crossover event. But like I said, it kind of gets the job done, I suppose. Like, there's some comedic moments sprinkled in throughout here. And there's also some tragic bits as well. So, yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about this particular issue. Like I said, Shadow War still continues to be a solid event. No real major complaints going on for me in this particular issue, other than, I guess, like, killing off Respawn. I still don't really, like, get why we brought him in just to kind of kill him off in this event. But, yeah, let's see where they go with that thing, because he may come back or something like that. I don't exactly know. But, yeah, all right, well, I think that's all I have to say about this particular issue. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications. I got some more comic book reviews coming up, like today, between today and tomorrow and all that. I'm catching up from last week, and, you know, last week was kind of a really busy week in terms of comics that I just didn't get around to covering. And then I think another new issue that came out today was, like, Task Force Z. So look forward to videos on all that stuff. So, all right, well, that's all I got to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.